Welcome back to my ultimate countdown. We're now at number 6, my most wanted list of the 6 worst meals in all of America. Ever wonder why eating out always tastes so good? Because most restaurants stack the deck with ingredients like butter, oil, salt, and sugar that hype the flavor at the expense of your health. Your special dinner on the town may be incredibly delicious, but chances are it's also dangerously high in calories, sodium, fat, cholesterol, and carbohydrates. Want to know my 6 most wanted offenders? This is one menu that could save your life. I'm counting down the worst meals in America along with Andrew Knowlton, restaurant editor for Bon Appetit magazine. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Doctor.
So, where do you search for these meals? How do you find them?
You know what? We didn't have to search very hard. If you look at a lot of restaurants, fast casual, fast food, and chain restaurants, they're there. I mean, they taste good, but, you know, there are some consequences that go with the food.
All right, so let's start with the number 6 worst meal in America, thanks to its cholesterol. So, Ebony, please reveal the meal. Ooh. What is that, a pancake?
This is a pancake wrapped around sausage, egg, and cheese. And if that wasn't enough, some butter on the side, and then also some syrup. Right. So obviously, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but not this one.
And where'd you find that? I mean,
you know, it wasn't that hard to find. And actually, when we picked it up from a local diner, the owner of the diner had had triple bypass surgery. And do you know who his doctor was?
No.
You.
I did a surgery?
He said. That is what he said. Yes.
That's amazing. You think it changed a little bit. Well, anyway, let's look at the numbers here. 973 milligrams of cholesterol. And you know what? The average recommended per day is 300 milligrams. So this meal is caught. You took care of it. It's out. Thank you very much, Ebony. Thank you for joining me. So the 5th worst meal is all about calories. Donna, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
So let's review what we got here. Ooh. A burrito with chips.
I like the avocado.
You like the avocado on the side too? But guess what? It's got nearly 1,700 calories.
Wow.
17. This meal is caught also. It's off the list. Andrew, how does it add up? I mean, I gotta say, I look at this and I see it lumped together. It doesn't seem like it's that many calories.
Right, but if you actually broke this up and laid it out on its, just the content, you would see actually how much there is. And this falls into that kind of quasi-health food. People hear the word wraps and think health-wise.
Right.
But if, somebody else is making for you, stuffing all kinds of thing in there, it adds up very, very quickly. And this is a perfect example. I mean, half of that is more than enough.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have something you'd eat or you don't partake?
Probably just half.
All right, worst meal number 4 is all about salt. We're walking down the list here. So Don, show us what you got here. No, looks like fish. Is it a problem? It's fish encrusted with Parmesan cheese. It comes with a spicy rice on the side. Looks very appetizing. But guess what? 3,300 milligrams of salt. And on average per day, you should get about 2,300. This meal, again, caught out of there. Andrew, I never really understood why do restaurants hide so much salt in their food. What difference does it make?
Well, I mean, if you go into culinary school, the first thing they teach you is salt equals flavor, which is true, but there's a balance. Salt is a flavor enhancer, and what you find a lot of the fast casual places, the ones where they're not doing a lot of a la minute on the spot cooking, is they add a lot of salt to preserve the food and to bring it up. So that's why a lot of fast food, there's so much sodium in this stuff. And, when you eat out and then you go home and you wake up in the middle of the night and you're craving water, that's why, because there's so much sodium in this stuff.
Makes you crave more of it, too, because I think it's addictive.
Yeah.
All right, worst meal number 3 is all about fat content. Fat content. And so pepperoni and meatball pizza is a pretty good example of that. But this is a special one. Come on over, Andrew. Look at this. This is a very special pizza. This actually exists. We imported this from Texas. That's why it's so big. And guess what? 953 grams of fat. The max for your day should be 50 grams of fat. By the way, this food is now caught. It's off the list now. It's gone. A single slice of this pizza has 25 grams of fat. which is, again, half of what you can get max in a day we recommend. So, Andrew, what do you think about this? If you love pizza, what can you do? What's another option?
Well, I would feel like, oh, I only had 2 slices, but yeah. I mean, the one good thing that's going on with pizza in America right now is the movement to kind of less is more. Yeah. And I mean that in terms of you don't need both meatballs and pepperoni, but also the Neapolitan style pizza, which comes from Naples, which is kind of individual sized, less dough, beautiful ingredients, and you end up eating less of it because the flavors are even better. I mean, this, you really don't even taste it. It's just a big mess.
It's numbing you up. Thank you very much. Okay, second worst meal is all about carbs. Joanna, how are you? Please go ahead and serve us if you don't mind. So you get this pasta. It's got some shrimp in it, breaded shrimp, I should note. And by the way, when you bread food, you're hiding something usually, right? So go ahead and dig in.
Thank you. I guess.
I think. That's all right. And now what I love about... just pour that in there.
You've had this dish before, haven't you?
I've had this dish, but look what's in the bottom. 196 grams of carbs. Nearly your entire day's worth of carbs. This meal is caught, again, out. Now, this is just one entree. I mean, this is not something that's crazy. And a lot of restaurants overload the carbs and entrees. Now, why would they do that?
Carbs, starch, what this is, pasta, is cheap. So a restaurant's it's not costing them anything to give you more. They can give you tons of it. And then also with the breading on the shrimp, and the other thing is leftovers. I couldn't eat all this, so you're taking the leftovers home, and that is satisfying. I mean, you know, they want you to feel like, oh, what a great deal it was, but it's not good. I mean, what's good for your wallet might not be good for your stomach.
So my advice is each of you get a salad when you go out to eat, and then split the entree. Really, you should almost never have an entree by yourself in most restaurants. All right, the number one worst meal in America is a decadent dessert. Worst for the sugar. And here we are, ice cream and a mix-in candy, brownie or sprinkle with a little bit of sauce on top. And guess what? This weighs in at 1,344 grams of sugar. It's a quarter cup per scoop. I mean, that is crazy. This meal is caught, right? The last one, Sandra. There are a lot of folks that see this and think it's very attractive, but what are some other dessert options that may not be so laden in sugar?
Well, I mean, the quality of fruit that we get in the United States now is amazing. I mean, I know that doesn't really pales in comparison to like what this is, but also what I see is funny is people going to these so-called health ice cream stores, getting the ice cream, but then they load it with all this stuff, and you're not actually tasting the ice cream. There's such good ice creams, so just stick with the ice cream, indulge a little bit.
Does that taste good?
Awesome.
Delicious.
But I bet you the first one tastes fantastically well. I don't know if you need to have 25 more of those scoops. Joanna, thank you very much to all of our guests. And, of course, Andrew Knowlton from Bon Appetit Magazine. I appreciate all your expertise. Our countdown rolls on. When we come back with 5 cures from around the world. Could it be the secret remedy that you've been looking for? Stay with us.